Now we got a real crisis going on the border, and the guy that's really doing it is a friend of the show, Todd Bensman from the Center for Immigration Studies, and the author of this book, Overrun, Get It Now, in the $1 bin. It's a great book. It is a great book. It's a historic book. But Todd is the dude in the world really doing this work, and he also does video dispatches. Here's a little segment before he comes on.
While the Texans are under orders to block all immigrants on the riverbank, an operation called Hold the Line, Border Patrol is under orders to bring them in, to dole out notice to appear release papers, where the illegal aliens agree to voluntarily self-report to ICE in an American city of their choice. Within a day or two, they'll all be on commercial buses to those cities. That powerful incentive keeps the immigrants trying, traversing, waiting in the river until they find Border Patrol, or Border Patrol finds them. And together, both can thwart Texas Governor Abbott. This Venezuelan man just returned to Piedras Negras with a large group. They won't let us pass, he says. So he and his group will trudge several hundred yards upriver to a spot where they heard green uniformed American immigration officers will be found.
He's saying the Texas Rangers won't let him pass, so they're going to go down the river and look for the green suits of the Border Patrol so they can get asylum. And he wants asylum not because he's threatened, but because he's poor and he wants a better life, which isn't an asylum.
Such starkly opposite policies and missions have ginned up a border war between Abbott's state of Texas and Biden's Department of Homeland Security during the worst mass migration crisis in American history.
It's a great report, Todd. How you doing, man?
Doing all right. I appreciate you running, Matt. Yeah, it's crazy down there. That's still happening. Yesterday, there was a charge on the bridge at Eagle Pass. Texas blocked a bunch of the immigrants down in the river, so they went back to Mexico and then charged over the bridge. And so at that point, Biden CBP guys, they can't have the bridge just overrun. So they beat them back with riot gear. And then they closed all the commercial traffic. This was like yesterday. So it's still pretty crazy down there.
It's a huge issue. I talk to Todd quite often about how they manipulate data or they hide it. Todd, has it slowed down?
No, just as many people are crossing as before. They're just crossing in a slightly different way. They've got them coming through the bridges with permission slips that they're handing out to the tune of about 80,000 a month. The Biden government created this brand new admission program to hand out. If you have an app, if you have a phone, you can download an app called CBP One. Make your appointment like setting up a reservation at a restaurant. And then inside of a week or a couple weeks, you'll have a permission slip to cross legally, quote unquote, through the port of entry. So when they're saying the numbers are really down of illegal entries, they're not telling you that that's because they moved them all onto the bridges. And they're bringing them through the bridges with these app-based permission slips. And then they get into the country anyway, that way, for a couple of years.
And you're suing the federal government because they won't give you the data, will they?
That's right. They only want you to know about the decline in the numbers of people coming between the ports of entry through the brush illegally. Those numbers are down because, like I said, they're incentivizing them to do it to get these permission slips. So a lot of people are doing the permission slips. A lot of people are like, it's taking too long. I don't want to wait for 3 weeks for my permission slip. I'm just going to cross illegally. And they're finding reward for that anyway. So whether you cross through the CBP One app with the permission slip or you cross illegally, everybody gets in. The same amount, the same number, 200,000 plus a month are getting in.
Wow. You know what I hear a lot? Charlie LeDuff newsman, I thought you were dead. I'm not dead. I'm doing the news, the real news, right here, the No BS News Hour. You can find us on YouTube. You can find us on Facebook, Odyssey, or download it wherever you get your podcasts. Power the people.